Hello, my dear students. Welcome you all to Sri Jain Rank Zone classes. I am your mentor and your friend for the subject biology, and I will be taking the zoology part, that is animal science. My dear students, we have started and we have completed different anatomical parts of cockroach. We were now starting with the circulatory system or the blood vascular system of cockroach. So as you know, the blood vascular system of cockroach, it is of open type of blood vascular system. Okay, when there is no arteries or veins, flows, vessels, they are not present. So it is of open type. The blood vascular system in case of cockroach is of open type. Open type of blood vascular system or lacunar type. Blood is filled in the blood sinuses. Okay, so in open type of blood vascular system, the blood is actually filled in the open spaces, and these open spaces are known as what? Blood sinuses, right? Second point, true blood vessels absent. There are no true blood vessels which are present. True blood vessels are absent. The largest blood sinus, which is known as what? Hemocoel, is having a colorless plasma. The largest blood sinus, which is known as what? Hemocoel, contains colorless plasma. Blood of cockroach is known as hemolymph, and hemocoel is the largest blood sinus, which is having colorless plasma. Blood corpuscles known as hematocytes are present. So blood of cockroach is known as what? Hemolymph, and the blood cells known as what? Hematocytes. Hemocoel is the largest blood sinus, and it is having colorless plasma. Hematocytes, it is having two functions. First, it helps in the phagocytosis of bacteria. Okay, so it helps in the phagocytosis of bacteria. Second, it is related to blood clotting. So hematocytes, it is related to blood clotting when it is related with blood clotting, and it also helps in phagocytosis of bacteria. Understood? Blood, that is hemolymph, is not related with respiration when it is not a respiratory pigment, because respiratory pigment is absent. It works as a hydraulic skeleton, mean it works as a hydraulic skeleton, as it is having a colorless fluid which is plasma. Okay, the corpuscles which are present in this blood, they are of amoeboid shape, and they are basically of two types. First is the proleukocyte, which are small corpuscles. They have proleukocytes, which are small corpuscles. Okay, so these proleukocytes, they come under the category of hematocytes only. Okay, and the second is phagocytes. The first category is proleukocytes, and the second is phagocytes. Understood? Now, the blood of cockroach, it works as a hydraulic skeleton. It helps in the exchange of food, hormones, excretory materials. Okay, and it is divided by two horizontal, dividing septae. One is dorsal diaphragm, and the other one is ventral diaphragm. Right? Dorsal diaphragm and ventral diaphragm. Ventral diaphragm is having ports which is known as what? Fenestrae. So exchange of food, hormones, excretory materials, it is done by the blood, which is a hemolymph. It works as a hydraulic skeleton. It is divided by two horizontal septae, dorsal diaphragm and ventral diaphragm. Ventral diaphragm is having ports known as what? Fenestrae. Okay. There is a presence of non-reducing sugar agent known as what? Tracylose in the blood of cockroach. Non-reducing sugar which is present. Okay. So this is the glimpse of the blood vascular system, which is of open type or lacunar type. True blood vessels are absent. It is having the largest blood sinus, hemocoel, which is having a colorless plasma. Blood of cockroach is known as what? Hemolymph, and it contains blood corpuscles of two types. First is proleukocytes and phagocytes. Okay, having two functions: phagocytosis of bacteria and related with blood clotting. It is not related to the respiration as the respiratory pigment is absent. The blood acts as a hydraulic skeleton. It is a fluid connective tissue. Exchange of food, hormones, and the excretory materials is done by blood, which is divided by two horizontal septate, dorsal diaphragm and ventral diaphragm. The ventral diaphragm is having pores, which is known as what? Fenestrae. This is the blood vascular system. You can see the dorsal diaphragm. This is the dorsal diaphragm, and this is the ventral diaphragm. Ventral diaphragm, you can see the pores. Okay. So dorsal diaphragm and ventral diaphragm, they both are having, these pores. The perineural sinus, the perivisceral sinus, which is known as what? Hemocoel. Perivisceral sinus, hemocoel. Then perineural sinus. Okay. This is heart. Okay. Heart. You can see the movement of blood from hemocoel to different sinuses. Okay. And from different sinuses, it moves all over the body. Understood? So these are the chambers of the heart which are present. These are the chambers of the heart which are present. And each chamber is having walls. Understood? Now, diaphragm divides hemocoel. Diaphragm basically divides hemocoel into three chambers. Diaphragm divides hemocoel into three chambers. First is PCS, which is pericardial sinus, which is dorsal, the dorsal PCS. Then in middle, it is present paravisceral sinus, and the ventral is the perineural sinus. So the first is pericardial sinus, which is dorsal, then middle perivisceral sinus, and the ventral perineural sinus. It is like that. On the ventral side, perineural. On the middle, perivisceral, and on the dorsal side, pericardial. Okay, understood? So pericardial, perivisceral, perineural, cardial, visceral, neural. So CVN. Okay, cardial, visceral, neural. So all these sinuses are present. Yeah. The pericardial sinus, which is on the dorsal side, it is present on the or below the terga and encloses the heart. It is just below the terga and encloses the heart. That is why it is written pericardial, means around the heart. Then middle of perivisceral, it is the largest. Okay, it is the largest and it encloses all the viscera, mean organs. Okay. And then ventral or perineural, which is above the sterna. Right? And encloses nerve cord. Okay. So this is pericardial, perivisceral, perineural. Now coming to next, heart. Heart is divided into 13 chambers. They are inverted funnel like, okay, like this. And they have valves, okay, inverted funnel like. Okay. Each chamber connected with pericardial sinus by one pair of pores called ostia. Okay. When these chamber they connect with pericardial sinus, they are connected by one pair of pore known as what? Ostia. These pores act as valve. These ostia they act as valve. Blood enters from pericardial sinus to heart through ostia. Blood enters from pericardial sinus to heart through ostia. Each posterior chamber of the heart connected or related with the anterior chamber by a valve-like pore. Okay. So each posterior chamber of the heart is connected to the anterior chamber by a valve, okay, which is like a pore. These pore help in the blood flow from posterior to the anterior part. The two layer of heart wall, okay, with heart is having two layers, the pericardial and perivisceral layer, the outer layer and the inner layer. The outer layer which is made up of fibrous connective tissue and the inner layer which is having muscular part. There are two layers of the heart. First is the outer, fibrous connective tissue, and the inner is the muscular part. A special type of cells attached with the heart wall called nephrocytes. There are special types of cells which are attached to the heart wall. They are known as what? Nephrocytes. Functions of nephrocytes is to control heartbeat. The nephrocytes in cockroach they help to control the heartbeat. The movement of blood is from posterior to anterior part through the help of pores. The heart is made up of two layers: outer wall, fibrous connective tissue; inner wall is muscular connective tissue. Understood? Now, heartbeat is controlled by nephrocytes. The normal heartbeat is around 49 per minute. The storage or excretion, the storage of excretory substance in the form of uric acid. Okay, so these nephrocytes, they help in the control of heartbeat. Secondly, they help to store the excretory waste. So they help in a storage excretion. Okay, they help in to store the excretory substances in the form of uric acid. The nephrocytes have two main functions. First is to control the heartbeat. Second is to store the excretory waste, that is uric acid. Understood? The heart of cockroach is neurogenic. When it is under the control of nerves, neurogenic heart. It is initiated by nerve impulse. Human heart is myogenic. Understood? Now, the first chamber of heart is a long tube-like structure which is known as what? Anterior aorta. Anterior aorta is a narrow tubular long structure. Okay, it opens into head sinus. It opens into head sinuses. Okay. Besides anterior aorta, one blood vessel Each arises from the heart in mesothorax and 3 to 6 abdominal segments. So apart from anterior aorta, each blood vessel arises from the heart in mesothorax and 3 to 6 abdominal segments. So from 3 to 6 abdominal segments and from the part of mesothorax, there is one blood vessel which arises from the part of mesothorax and the 3 to 6 abdominal segments. There are no true blood vessels because they are not divided into capillaries and they have open ends. Very important. They don't have true blood vessels because they are not divided into capillaries. There are no capillaries and they have open ends. Okay. 13 pair of fan-like muscles present in pericardial sinus called Ellery muscles. These Ellery muscles, they are like, fan-shaped cells like this. Ellery muscles. These are Ellery muscles. Okay. One end which is pointed is attached to the tergum. The part which is attached to the or which is pointed is attached to the tergum. Okay, and which is broad is connected to dorsal diaphragm. This part is connected to the diaphragm. Okay, the pointed part is attached to the tergum. Okay, and the broad part is attached to the diaphragm. These are also fused with the heart. Okay, they get fused with the heart wall and they help in blood circulation. So there are 13 pair of fan-like muscles, okay, known as Ellery muscles, which basically attach on the tergum at the pointed side and the broad side is attached to the dorsal diaphragm. They help to push the blood, okay, they help in blood circulation. Tergosternal muscles, they help in blood circulation as well, mainly also concerned with respiration, okay. Then there is a pulsatile ampulla which is present at the base of each antenna and base of each wing. There is a presence of pulsatile antenna and pulsatile uh, ampulla. Pulsatile ampulla is present at the base of the antenna and base of the wing. Pulsatile ampulla helps in blood circulation in antenna and wings. So in antenna and wings, pulsatile ampulla, it helps in circulation. Okay. Pathway of blood circulation, the diastole phase from perivisceral sinus, blood goes to pericardial sinus, and then by ostia, blood enter into the heart. From perivisceral sinus, it enters into pericardial sinus, okay, and then by ostia, from pericardial sinus, it enters into the heart. Diastole. During diastole, perivisceral sinus to pericardial sinus through ostia, it enters into heart. Systolic phase, when the heart is filled, it contracts from behind to forward and the blood enters into the head sinus. When the heart is filled, during systole phase when the heart is filled, it contracts from behind to forward and blood enters into the head sinus by anterior aorta. So from heart, blood enters through anterior aorta into head sinuses. Okay, from head sinus in neck, from head sinus the blood goes to neck, from neck it goes to neural sinus. So from head sinus it goes to neck, from neck it goes to neural sinus, from neural sinus it goes to esophagus. Okay, and esophagus prevents the flow of blood into perivisceral sinus. The two paths of blood flow from perineural sinus to perivisceral sinus. Understood? So the diastolic phase, the systolic phase, okay, the blood flows from head sinus to neck, neck to perineal sinus to esophagus, and then esophagus prevents the flow of blood to perivisceral sinus again. Okay, so the two path of blood from perineural sinus to perivisceral sinus, there are two pathway of flow of blood. Okay, from Perineural sinus to perivisceral sinus by fenestrae and through legs. So the pathway of blood from perivisceral sinus, from perineural sinus to perivisceral sinus is done by either fenestrae or through legs. A vertical septa which is present in the cavity of legs, these septa divide cavity of legs into two chambers, dorsal chamber and ventral chamber. So you understood the blood circulation. In diastolic phase, it moves from perivisceral sinus to pericardial sinus through ostia to head sinus. Systolic phase, it moves from head sinus to neck, from neck to perineural sinus, from perineural sinus to esophagus, then esophagus further prevents the flow of blood. So the blood moves from perineural sinus to perivisceral sinus by two ways, either by fenestrae or through legs. If there is a vertical septa which divide the legs into two parts, okay, divide the cavity of the legs into two parts, okay, dorsal chamber and ventral chamber. Dorsal chamber, it is connected to the perivisceral sinus, and ventral chamber is connected to the perineural sinus, okay. So this is all about the blood vascular system. Hope you understood. Please watch these videos in continuous phase so that you can have a better connect with all the organ system of cockroach. Okay, because these are very common questions and very prompt questions to come in the NEET examinations. Till then, my dear students, please take care of yourself. Bye bye. Take care. Stay safe.